Hey everybody, this is T-Ray from Hanshin Tigers English News H10 coming at you live from Nishinomiya, Japan with another series preview. We're talking Hanshin Tigers versus Chunichi Dragons. Battle of the worst. Hanshin is, well, actually not, because Chunichi is not in last and neither are we. It would belong right now to the Hiroshima Carp. Anyhow, Hanshin is playing games. Well, they've played 7 home games. They're 5-2, so they're playing games 8 through 10 of this home stand, which got shortened a little bit by the rain. And we won our last series there against the Swallows, 2-1. We put up a 6 spot in each of those, winning 6-3 on Tuesday. I was live at Koshien, and you can watch that video. I'll put a link to that at the end of this one. And then we lost the middle one. Sorry, we didn't get 6. We got 5. It was 9-5. Real heartbreaker because the bullpen fell apart. Well, Garcia was okay at the start through 5 innings. After the rain delay, he allowed 2 more, and then they scored a bunch more against our relievers. Justin Bohr with a home run in that one. And then yesterday against these same Swallows, we were down 3-0 for much of the game. Rallied back to tie it at 3. Then they got a 1-run lead against Iwazaki. And then Jerry Sands tied it with a home run, and Fukudome gave us the win with a go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th. So 2-1 there. What are we doing here? We have probably got a similar lineup to our previous ones, with Chikamoto batting first, Itohara second, Itoi third, Oyama 4th, Bohr 5th, Sands 6th, Umeno 7th, and Kinami 8th. And our starting pitcher tonight is Koyo Aoyagi. Tomorrow, it will likely be Yuki Nishi, and then on Sunday it is probably going to be Yuta Iwasada, who has been quite respectable of late as well. As for news, we have got Shintaro Fujinami, who did excellently on the farm yesterday, combined with Nakata, who did very poorly on the top squad yesterday. Nakata is looking to get farmed today, as well as somebody else, and I'm not sure whom, but it looks like Masahiro Nakatani, as well as catcher Seishiro Sakamoto, are going to be called up. And you might be wondering why, who cares about having that second catcher in Sakamoto, or third catcher, I should say. The thing that works to our advantage is that we've largely not been able to use Haraguchi as a pinch hitter, because he's the backup catcher. And if anything had happened to Umeno between his pinch hit appearance and the end of the game, we would have nobody to replace him. Well, now with Sakamoto there, we can use Haraguchi as a pinch hitter. We've also got Nakatani coming up, and he has some experience at catcher. So in the worst case scenario, we've also got Nakatani. Well, anyways, Nakata goes down, somebody else will go down, and we're facing the Dragons. The Dragons were slumping really bad until they ended the Baystars Othello streak. The Baystars had won and lost, and put that on the wash, rinse, and repeat cycle for 8 turns. 16 straight games, they did that, and they finally lost 2 in a row to these Dragons to end out their last series. We're going to be facing Yudai Ono tonight, and I don't know if that's good or bad news. You see, last year he no-hit us for a whole game, and in the very last game of the regular season, he was no-hitting us through, 3 1/3 innings, at which point he had enough innings to qualify for the ERA title, and he won it. They pulled him because they didn't want to risk him losing that title, and they had nothing to gain by keeping him in. And we scored runs and won the game and made the playoffs. Well, that same Yudai Ono is not doing particularly well so far this year, so I suppose that could be good for us if we can figure out a way to beat him. He's a pretty good lefty, though. After that, they had Katsuno last Saturday, and he did not katsu. No, he didn't. And so I don't know if he's farmed or not, but if he is still in, we can consider ourselves lucky, because the Carp battered him as well as the relievers to the tune of 19 runs last Saturday. So I hope we can do the same. And then on Sunday, they've got Umezu, who is a young, burgeoning ace who had a great first start this season, and since then has not looked so hot. So that's their starting rotation. Remember, these same Dragons beat us in 3 straight to start the year. Not to start the year, but when we visited them in Nagoya. So it's time to pay back. I think we need to win at least 2 of 3 to, first of all, vault them in the standings. Secondly, it would bring us to within 2 games of 500. And thirdly, it just partially pays back the debt that we owe them. So who have they got in their starting lineup? Well, yesterday they had Oshima, Hirata, Fukuda, Visiedo, Abe, Kyoda, Kato as their catcher, and then I missed Ishigaki, then Kato, then their pitcher. Well, they also have a young guy straight out of high school named Ishikawa, who is more highly touted than our young Kota Inoue. He hit a double in his first at bat and has mostly struck out since. So if they put him in, I kind of don't mind because I think our pitchers will be able to strike him out. I don't know what happened to Shuhei Takahashi yesterday, but Hanshin has had a little bit of quote unquote luck with the injury bug for other teams. We faced the Giants without Sakamoto. We faced the Bay Stars without without Austin, and then we faced the Swallows. 2 of the 3 they were without Tetsuto Yamada. So if the Dragons are without Shuhei Takahashi, it looks like the streak continues. Anyhow, I'm looking forward to this series. I'm hoping that you are as well. Remember, as always, we are on Patreon and we want to support your fandom of the Hanshin Tigers. One more tidbit before we leave, and I did this in the last video live at Koshien Stadium. I'll do it a little bit here. I received this wonderful cheering device. I don't know if you can hear it. It's my vest, which is nice and puffy now because, see if I can even point this in the right direction. We got some fan action. My fanny's getting the fan. So there you go. We are cooling off and staying cool whenever we're at the stadium thanks to this vest. Yeah, it's not cheap, but if you go to the Tora Tora shop near Koshien Stadium, it can be yours for a cool 2 Fukuzawas. That's right, 20,000 yen. Tell them T-Ray sent you and be the coolest fan at Koshien, at least when I'm not there. All right, everyone, enjoy the weekend series and feel free to leave some comments. I will answer any questions you have. Stay tuned because we're always giving you the news. And check out the Patreon link down there. Subscribe. Later.